This is J.J. Smith with RockwallNews.com. There has been a leadership change in the Rockwall County Republican Party. Last week, recently elected County Chairman Paul Wilson suddenly resigned after unexpectedly being offered an employment opportunity that he said he couldn't pass up for the sake of his family and career. Monday night, the GOP Executive Committee selected Republican Men's Club President Tony Fisk to replace Wilson. I'm visiting with Tony today about his new position. How do you and your family feel about being selected to become the new county GOP chairman?
Well, JJ, I will tell you, to be honest, it's very humbling, quite honored. I believe that as I go forward, there's just no way for me at this point to actually know the time commitments. So I think that as we understand the time commitments, it'll probably perhaps be challenging at times, but I have 3 daughters, and I expect to put those girls in the car with me and my wife, and we'll just travel as necessary. So anyway, very, very humbled, very honored.
Were you surprised, Tony, especially since Paul only recently took over the leadership position in May?
Absolutely. I mean, 100% shocked.
Why did they select you, as far as you know?
I would say, as far as I know, probably because of my dedication as an officer at with the men's club. I was treasurer for a few years. I was also vice president last year, and I would probably maybe surmise that that perhaps it was due to the leadership style that they've seen with me. It's kind of an unbiased and balanced leadership style that I try to present, and it's what I do with all my work teams.
Now that you've accepted this new position, what are your plans as the head of the party?
It is time to roll up our sleeves. I mean, it's election time. We have not just the administration of the election, but we also have grassroots activism that we need to get to. Everything from signage to canvassing precincts to making sure that we're doing all of the right things to to not just win, but to win big. That's really the plan. And then we also have the Christmas party, of course, which we always have in December, and then we have Reagan Day, and all of that's happening within 6 months. And to my knowledge, I mean, we can pick up on some of the momentum that's been built, but largely these things are untouched. So there's a lot of just rolling up your sleeves work that has to be done.
Who will now replace you as the men's club president?
In all likelihood, it will be Brian Williams, who is the current vice president. The expectation is that probably after next Saturday's breakfast meeting, he will take over as acting president.
And will there be any other leadership changes?
Not to my knowledge.
On perhaps the executive committee?
Not looking at making any of those changes at this time.
Tony, every political office in Rockwall County is currently held by a Republican. So what can you do to improve on that?
Well, I think that, look, the metrics and the results are what they are, so you're not really going to improve on that whenever you're looking at wins versus losses. You cannot improve on that. What we can perhaps do is to shore up things, maybe improve processes and communications among the various groups within the county. From that I'm talking about the County Executive Committee in addition to some of the clubs, both, all 3, the YRs, the Women's Club and the Men's Club, and also the elected officials. So, perhaps process, perhaps communication, and of course I think there's always a need to continue to energize the grassroots, boots on the ground activism.
Now, for those who don't know you, please tell our viewers a little bit about yourself, about your family. Where do you live, and how long have you lived in the county, and what do you do for a living, and any hobbies?
Okay. My parents are from Royce City. I was born and raised in Garland. Went to the University of Texas, have an accounting degree, and moved back into the county in 2004. I have a wife, lovely wife, 3 daughters, ages 11, 9, and 5. I work for a company called Cadbury, most closely assimilated or associated with the Easter eggs or with the chocolate eggs. but I work for Cadbury, recently purchased by Kraft, but I am the director of HR services for Cadbury North America. That's what I do for a living. And hobbies, I would say family, golf, cooking, and I enjoy a good cigar every now and then.
Which part of the county do you live in?
Oh, I'm sorry, I live down in Heath.
Okay.
Yeah, live in Heath.
Well, Tony, let me wrap it up. How do you think Republicans will fare in this November's elections in Texas and nationwide? For instance, will Governor Perry be reelected? Do you see any serious challenge to Congressman Ralph Hall? And will Republicans win enough House and Senate seats to take control of Congress?
I believe Texas will be good for the Republicans. There's a lot of grassroots, there's a lot of boots on the ground out there right now, and so I believe that Texas will remain strong. I believe nationwide it is a distinct possibility that we will get both the House and the Senate. There are, again, for the same reasons, there are a lot of boots on the ground out there. Do I think Governor Perry will win? Yes. Do I think there will be a serious challenger or a serious challenge to Ralph Hall? No.
Okay. Well, Tony, that's it for today. Thank you very much for your time.
JJ, thank you.